Hey my friend, in today's video we're going to create a fully functional chatbot using Streamlit's session state feature. This tool is crucial for maintaining conversational context, making your chatbot smarter and more user-friendly. Now, if you're interested in developing more AI apps or chatbots, then definitely smash the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get updated every time your boy drops value in this channel. Okay, first things first, we've set up a code base with a main.py file and a config.py. In the config.py file, I just have a variable called OpenAI API key where I stored my OpenAI API key securely. As you know, Streamlit works top to bottom. So every time you ask a new prompt, it would go back to the top and rerun all the code. But if you have your variables, if you have your messages saved under the session state, then your messages will persist throughout the length of the thread or conversation. So this is a very useful feature, and if you want to learn more about developing more interactive apps, definitely join my community of like-minded individuals at GPT Pioneers Club. You'll get access to resources, tools, keep up to date with the latest and greatest of AI news. All right, let's talk about how this code is set up. First, we're assuming the assistant is already made. So if you already made an assistant, you have an assistant ID. So I store the assistant ID here in this variable. The API key is also hooked up with the config.py file. And there are two functions that you need in order to have messages persist and have a really streamlined streaming response. One is the ensure single thread ID and also the stream generator function. You could have these functions in a separate Python file, but I just included here because these are the only two functions. You could just use this main.py file for reference. Okay, we're gonna cover the actual function from OpenAI for the stream generator function that we're using. And we're also gonna cover the thread deltas and how to read them from the documentation. But before we do that, let's cover the session state feature and how I am exactly using this in this notebook. So first, you have to initiate the actual variable that you want to store in the session state. In this case, we're storing the message variable, which is a list of messages. Now check this out. Every time you ask a new prompt, it's gonna loop through all the messages it has stored to give you that user assistant response similar to a chatbot. So the next block is the prompt feature. So the way you switch between a chatbot and a web app is essentially through this ST chat input or ST text input. So ST text input is going to be your web app, ST chat input is going to be your chatbot, where you'll notice the prompt box is going to be either at the top or below. So now let's help you read this. So basically, if user writes a message in the prompt, it's going to run through this code. First is going to run the ensure single thread ID. If you recall, the function is set up to check whether we've already created a thread or not. If we have not, we'll create a new thread, and if we have, then it's going to pull from the session state thread ID variable. We're then going to use the with function, which adds context in terms of who is responding. So Streamlit has two kinds of context for chat message. One is user and the assistant. So for each of these contexts, we want to append it back to the message list that we've created. So for the user's message, we are going to display the prompt as well as append it back to the messages in our session state. With the assistant's response, we're also going to display it in a streaming format and also append it back to the message list. Okay, now that you know how the session state feature works in Streamlit, we're now going to investigate the stream generator function, which is essentially creating a streaming text response from your OpenAI assistant. And in order to understand this, we'll go through the OpenAI documentation and we'll understand how streaming works, as well as how to read thread message delta objects. Okay, under the run function, in the OpenAI documentation, you can switch between streaming with functions and default. We're going to cover streaming now, and then we're going to cover streaming with functions at a later video. So the function name is threads.run.create. Okay, and when you have the stream on, you're going to see a list of events getting populated as the function is running. So basically the timeline of events is basically a run is created, a run is queued, it's either in progress, and then when your run is completed, it's going to create something called thread message delta, which is a chunk of your messages one at a time. And we will essentially be pulling out those delta objects from the run function. Okay, so as you can see, we're looping through all the events in the stream, and then we're checking if the event.data object name is thread message delta. And then we're just going to pull out the contents from each of these delta and then display it one by one. So they have a value in the object, so we're just going to pull out these values and display it one by one. Okay, so that is essentially the stream generator function. We'll just set it up and it's ready to be processed by the Streamlit application. I've also added a typewriter effect, as you can see with the time.sleep function. So I'm going to provide you a link to this code. You can download this for free, adapt it to your needs, and yeah, ask the community if you have any questions or concerns. Let's put this bad boy to the test. Let's go to the command line, cd into the directory, and we're going to run streamlit run main.py. That's your command to start up the chatbot from the directory. Let's see it in action. Okay, it's responding as it should. Boom, so it's storing the messages and displaying that one at a time. Okay, so now you have a chatbot effect. You've accomplished this with a session state feature, and also you understood how to use the stream generator function with OpenAI API. And this should get you started in your road to building really amazing chatbots. And yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you found value in this video. I've also opened up 3 slots for anyone interested to learn Python coding for a GPT development or their AI development projects. Comment Python in the comment box, and we will talk more to see if you're going to be a good fit for mentoring or coaching. And if your business want us to take your business to the next level with generative AI and custom built GPTs. So book a call, 30-minute, and let's see how we can align our services with your needs. Today we've explored how to enhance your chatbots using Streamlit's session state feature, which allows your messages and any other variables that you want to persist throughout the whole conversation. And if you found value in this video, make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you get notified every time your boy comes online and drops value in this channel. If you want to learn how to create multimodal capabilities for your OpenAI assistant, watch this video right here. And if you want to see if Google Gemini can accurately guess how many goals Messi scored in a video, then watch this video here. This is Imtiaz signing off, your thought partner to build, deploy, and sell GPT chatbots. GPT pioneers, let's go.